Hi, Cecile here from Just Another Button Company, and today we're going to show you how we've created a technique called the Frankenstitch Finish. Starting out with a pattern from Tammy Teterow, it's the button block alphabet. We're going to make a little pillow using the letter B. It's a PDF download available to you to purchase. So Rachel has already prepped this piece for me. She has cut 2 6-inch squares of fabric with the seam allowance, and then she used the pattern to applique. It looks to me from the reverse here, we're looking at the back side here, she's layered 2 pieces of fabric and her fusible fleece. That's a great product available from So Lazy, and she's already done the applique part of it. So we are going to do the Frankenstitch finish. We like quick ways for doing the utility parts of making fun products. So when we discovered this Frankenstitch finish, it just takes the work out of turning a pillow, and none of us like to do that, turning under the seam allowance on that little opening that you leave there. Well, you don't have to do that way. If you take just the backing fabric that you've sewn in your little sandwich here. See how Rachel has sewn all the way around. She did not leave an opening to turn. So we're going to create an opening by cutting a diagonal line, just one little snip like that in only the backing fabric. Cut a little diagonal line. Doesn't have to be very long. It does have the fusible fleece on there, so we need to make it long enough to be able to turn and bend that piece. I'm going to cut just a bit off the corners. Get rid of the bulk of the fleece, and then through the slit that we cut, we're going to turn it right side out. Okay, ooh, great fabrics. Looks like we're doing a letter B. B is for buttons. Okay. Push the corners out. All right, and this is another So Lazy item here, a nice pressing tool, but it also works really well for pushing out the corners on these little pillows. All right, I'm not going to fuss with this too long, but I bet you've already done this. You push the corners out into the points. But already you can see that you have 4 nice sides there. Nothing to finish off, but you do have this ugly gash right back here, and I'm going to show you what to do with that. But first we have to add some stuffing to the pillow. Okay, so this is what we like to use to stuff these little pillows. This is wool roving. It's cleaned and combed sheep's wool that we buy in great big 1-pound balls, and we break it up into 1 ounce or 3 ounce packages and sell them on our website if you don't have access to wool roving and you decide you want to use it. We prefer this to the polyester fiberfill because it doesn't, it works into the corners better. It doesn't leave lumps, and especially on the little square pillows it's not as bad maybe, but anything that has a really interesting shape, like if you're, I don't know, doing a little animal or something like that, you just don't see the lumps and bumps. It doesn't distort the outside of your creation. Okay, so again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time stuffing this because that's not the point of what we're doing. Okay, so there's our B is for buttons pillow, and we're pretending that our little points there are all nice and neat. Lost my needle. Here it is. I didn't thread it either. Oh, I did too, because I put green thread in it. Okay, and now we are ready to close this ugly gash. And now you can see why we're going to call this the Frankenstitch Finish. I have a knot in a double strand of thread. I'm going to anchor my thread. So between the strands right there, and I'm going to do a really quick whip stitch across here. Some of you, I know, will want to do this neater, but at the end, I guarantee you it's not going to show at all. So I'm just going to do a really quick Frankenstitch across here. And then, as I run out of thread, got it, tie it off, rid of the needle. Okay. So it's closed, the edges are pulled together, and then I have prepped this piece of contrasting fabric from the same fabric line by pressing to the back of some Fusy Bond Light. Again, this is from So Lazy. All right, so I'm going to need a shape to cover this. I need a little applique shape. All right, so I think I'm going to cut myself a heart. You can trace a shape, you can be as fancy as you want. Because this is on the back. Normally I just freehand cut a heart. Makes a nice finish. Doesn't matter to me if it's completely symmetric. All that really matters is that it covers that opening that you left. Okay, is it gonna cover? Yes it is, all except for the dangling threads, which I need to clip off. Okay. So then you peel off the backing paper from the Fusy Bond Light, and it does not have to be straight up and down. There's no rules. You just cover the gash like that. And okay, now we're ready. We have it positioned and we're ready to fuse our little applique shape in place. And the Frankenstitch is all covered, and on the front we have a beautiful B is for buttons. Don't forget to download your pattern and look for other video tutorials from Just Another Button Company. Thanks!